What is going on, my lovely Scorpios? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, my love. So it is Thursday, September 25th when I'm recording this, but whenever you guys find this reading is when it's meant for you. Keep in mind it could be your energy that I'm picking up on or the energy of someone or something else around you. All right? So let's jump to it, guys. We're going to do a past, present, and future, starting with your past. And this is for all Scorpio placements again. All right. So what is going on with Scorpio in the past here? What is the energy around Scorpio? Let's pull out 3 cards. Okay, so we have the King of Cups reversed. Get 2 more, and then we'll break these down. We have the King of Swords reversed. And we have the 2 of Cups. All right, the energy, guys, is the Knight of Swords reversed. So, guys, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, but I see some reckless energy. I see something that you're not over, something that feels like a heartbreak, something where you're being reluctant to take it or someone's being reluctant to, establish something with you, okay? Now, for some of you, I'm going to be very honest. There could be somebody who's upset with you in the past who feels like you did something that was really fucked up, or something could have gotten you out of character because of a very tough energy that you were dealing with. All right, so take what fits here. But the King of Cups reverse is typically someone who's like a liar, a cheater, a manipulator. That is your energy here. All right, we have the King of Swords reverse, which is someone that can be abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally. So I get it. Because if you're coming up to a Scorpio on some rah-rah-rah shit, like you want to be in their face, you want to manipulate them, you want to be narcissistic, you guys are going to get to the point where you guys just see red and you're going to want to fuck up everything and everyone in the room. You know what I'm saying? So something could have most definitely gotten you out of character, or for some of you, you could have acted in a very distasteful way. Someone can be viewing it like that. Okay? But this is in regards to something that I feel that you were closely tied to here. We have the 9 of Wands reversed. And I feel like you threw in the towel, like you look back and I don't think you liked who you were while being involved with whatever this was. I don't think it brought out the best qualities of you. All right, you could have done things that you look back and you're like, why did I do that? That wasn't me. All right, there could be certain regrets that you have, or it could be something like, oh my God, like this person got me so mad and I pulled up on them. Why the fuck did I pull up on them? Now I look crazy, you know? So it could be that sort of energy there. But something definitely got you out of character if you yourself did not take yourself out of character. But I feel like there's something that ended here that you're just not over 100%. Maybe you're still trying to work on this. Maybe someone around you is trying to work on this. But with the Queen of Cups reversed, guys, this is not bringing you happiness at all. All right, so we have the King of Swords reversed. Why is this King of Swords reversed here? The 5 of Swords. And we have the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So there was a lot of conflict around something. There could have been issues with money when it comes to this. But I feel like the real issue of whatever this is stemming from the fact that someone did not genuinely care about something. All right, you could have been working at a place where you were not genuinely valued. You could have been dating somebody that at the end of the day, you're like, did they even like me as like a person? Did they like me as a being, you know? But I feel like there was someone who was very nonchalant towards something, or someone that's just kind of like all over the place. Because the King of Pentacles reverse, this is like the broke friend you're going to have to pay for every time you go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe someone was taking advantage of you. Maybe you were helping someone else out a lot and it put you in a really hard position. But there's just this air of nonchalance and entitlement. that was together. And that's a very ugly ass combination, you know? So, yeah, I feel like somebody acted from a place of selfishness. I feel like someone who didn't have things all together demanded certain things or expected certain things. Okay. It's kind of like someone saying, like, oh, I'm not going to fuck with somebody unless they can get me a steak dinner. I mean, a steak dinner, maybe. A steak dinner. But it's like, hey, bro, hey, sis, can you afford a steak dinner? And you're really about to make somebody else feel bad because they can't for you or they won't for you. You know what I'm saying? So it was like one of those things from what I'm feeling. We have the Two of Cups. All right, so let's see why this Two of Cups here. But this is a situation, guys, that I feel like you were waiting for some sort of happy ending. You were waiting for some sort of happy breakthrough. Okay, and you realize that there's just way too much manipulation. You saw something for what it was, but it was close to the heart. Okay, Scorpio, you're the sister sign of my sign, Taurus. So one thing about us is that we're gonna ride so freaking hard, like unnecessarily hard for the people and the things that we truly love and care about. So it's hard to get that sort of love and attention from a Scorpio. But once you do, it's something that it will hit the Scorpio hard. You guys know this. It's gonna hit you hard if it's like, damn, but like I loved you, I liked you, I was trying to help you, and like you showed me your ass, you know? So again, either you got out of character or something took you out of character with all this. So tell me about this Two of Cups for your past. The Eight of Cups. So you're walking away despite the close connection that there was here, or the close connection you felt you had. Justice card. I'm sorry, this is a Hierophant. And with the Hierophant, guys, with the Hierophant here, you walking away from this thing, whoever it was or whatever it was, it puts you onto your destined path in life. Okay? The Hierophant is my favorite card in tarot. Okay? But I don't care if, like, there's 27 bad cards around this. If the Hierophant comes up over it, I'm so grateful. Because what that means is whatever's around those cards, whatever happened around those cards, got you to the point of the Hierophant. What is the Hierophant? When you actually know you're genuinely on the right path. When you're genuinely doing the right thing. When you're finally aligned. So even if you're seeing the ugliest shit around the Hierophant, you have the Hierophant. You win. Alright? Because the Hierophant, that's everyone's goal. That's everyone's question. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is my destiny? What is my dream? So I don't give a fuck how ugly the cards are around this. If you got this card, you're winning. All right? Something ugly may have made you see what path was best for you. Okay? Something could have redirected you into what was good for you. And there's healing that comes from walking away from whatever this was. But I feel that there's other things that you guys find that doesn't have toxicity attached to it. Going into the present and future, guys, you're going to realize you did not have to suffer. Nowhere near the way you suffered. For something that you wanted that it just seemed so difficult to attain it before. And the reason why it was so difficult is you were fucking with the wrong people or you were in the wrong environment, whatever it comes down to. Okay, so there's something that Spirit is going to show you now. Like it never had to be that hard. It never had to be such a battle. You didn't have to question yourself so much. It shouldn't have took you so much out of character. Okay. So what's going on in the present moment right now? What is going on in the present moment? We have the Queen of Cups reversed. So yes, life is going to get better, but I feel like this is definitely one of those things where you take a moment to reflect before everything starts to feel 100% better. So I feel like you're taking a moment to mourn what it was that you lost and to see that there was someone or something that you truly just couldn't trust. Some of you could have been dealing with the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio outside of yourself. I also see, I see all the energies here, guys. I see Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. So something that may initially make you upset is your biggest blessing, Scorpio. Very clear. It's your biggest blessing. And we have the Hermit card. All right. This is definitely a time where Spirit is asking you to hone in. Spirit is asking you to put yourself first. Spirit is asking you to take in the blessings that are coming in, because right now you're in your head a lot. You're overthinking. Okay? Something made you question a lot in life. And now you're going to see that so many opportunities and things are opening up for you because you left this where it needed to be in the past. Even though it still lives rent-free in your mind, you have balance now. Okay, so the path that initially makes you upset is the one that's a blessing for you. So maybe it hurts to drop someone, maybe it hurts to leave a job, maybe it hurts to move out of a certain place, but it's for the best. Why is this Queen of Cups reversed here? Why is this Queen of Cups reversed here? We have 10 of Wands. Yeah, something feels heavy for you, Scorpio. Page of Wands reversed. You're seeing the insincerity within someone or within a situation. You're seeing something isn't what you thought it was going to be. Something couldn't live up to the name that it was trying to make for itself. Okay, and in the present moment, I do see you getting over it. Even if, you wake up, at first with like a hole in your heart or feeling heavy, this is something you get over. This is not something that Spirit wants you worried about. Spirit's like, yo, you were so much bigger than this. Okay. We have the Sun card. So why is the Sun card here? Now the Sun card, guys, this is your center card in the reading, your central energy. It's going to be what everything taps into. So let's see why this is so important. The Chariot. Yeah, you guys are going to take off. And guys, I literally said this in, I think it was the last reading I did. I did one for Libra, but I'm pretty sure I spoke about it in the Taurus video. But I always say, look at how your life changes once you come out of something. Because that's going to give you a good clue of if you're going in a good direction or not. And there's something you come out of. There's something that you have to cut out abruptly here that was very problematic. And you just see yourself taking off or traveling, or there's just something that's happening for you at a fast speed, but it's something where you're in control. It's something where you're in the driver's seat. And it's something that's going to be worth celebrating. Okay? So especially, guys, if you're in the position where something was really, really taking you out of character, this is definitely something where you get the last laugh. Okay? But if there was somebody that was going out of their way to be cruel, to be malicious, to be fake, anything like that, they're not getting the last laugh. Whoever was the victim of that will get the last laugh. Okay? So you have to look at, what role did you play in this? What part did you play? What were you saying? What were you telling people? What were you spreading? Was it true? Was it malicious? Was it self-serving? Okay? And you guys are finding peace, because this is something where you did everything you could, you said everything you could, and the only option left is to turn your back and expand. But again, I see so much expansion with this. So honing in you are. All right, so why is the Hermit card here? What's so important about the Hermit card in your present moment? We have the Knight of Cups. Finally, guys, this is the first card coming out upright with your energy. Okay? So, you're not starting from scratch because there's so much that you've learned. But there's certain things you have to take a few steps back on so that you can rebuild again in a better way. Okay? So this is not going back to zero. All right, let's say you were at an 8. Maybe this is going back to like a 6. But then mastering 7 and 8. And the new 7 and 8 looks so much better than the old 7 and 8. If any of what I'm saying makes sense. All right. But yeah, there's something where Spirit's like, you should not want this in your life. You should not be accepting this in your life. With these two cards together, the Ace of Cups reverse and the Four of Cups, it's like someone giving you an offer. Like, look, someone's extending a cup here. Right? And it's like, nah, like, I'm good. I'm not taking that. Like, you're good. Okay? Because something was just too much of a battle. And how much of a fight are you going to put yourself in when it's unnecessary? 444 on the clock. Okay? So, yeah, guys, with the Two of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Pentacles reversed, you have balance after letting go of something that has been in your life for a long time, or something that you assumed would be in your life for a long time, but you just, something doesn't have, like, you don't have the same passion towards something, all right? Or someone doesn't have the same passion towards something. And deep down inside, you knew that to get what you want in life, you were going to have to face some sort of disappointment or heartbreak, okay? That's like, you knew that something was inevitable deep down. It's like you knew you weren't going to be able to bring that person, or you knew that you were going to have to move away from some sort of comfort in order to get what you want. All right, guys. So going into the future, let's see what is going on here. All right, guys. So we have the Four of Swords. The Judgment card. The Three of Pentacles. This is going to be something you guys think about for a while, okay? And it doesn't even have to be on some sort of, like, obsessive thing. It could just be, like, you know, we're fucking human. Like, I know people, like, they think they're the coolest, hottest shit on earth when they can just, like, walk away from things. Yeah, fuck everybody. I'm so cold. Like, okay, live that life. You're so fucking cool. You're cold. Your heart is black. And it's, like, you know, like, it's in a fucking icebox. Great. That's not the flex people think it is. Like, loving people and them loving you back and having support and supporting people back, that's the flex. Like, just being like an angry, bitter person, like, it's the ugliest thing on earth, and I wish people would stop thinking it's such a flex. Like, oh, I have no friends, I dropped everybody, fuck everybody. Like, unless every single person did you wrong, that is not a flex. You're not cool for that. You know what I'm saying? Again, unless these people were actually bringing you harm. But if they loved you and you dropped them, you're whack for that shit. Especially if they weren't doing you harm and they cared. So there's something here, guys, that because you have the heart that you have, something is going to stay on your mind. Because you're not a fucking robot. All right? You're not somebody that wants to go out and destroy the world. Okay? So there's something that, yes, it will be on your mind, but you're going to get confirmation after confirmation that you made the right choice. Because you see yourself being built up in ways that, you know, things like this weren't happening before. But with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, enough is enough. Like, I feel like something was just draining you. You had to throw the towel in. And with whatever situation this was, guys, I feel like you were one of the last to throw the towel in. All right? Let's say you have, like, a fucked up boss, and they're like, guys, like, I know the company is struggling right now, but just stay with me. We'll fix it. And then people start dropping like flies, quitting one by one. And you're like, nah, let me give the boss a chance. Nah, let me give the boss a chance, rather. Maybe you were doing that with a friend. All right, maybe you were doing that with somewhere you lived. Maybe you had a landlord or, I don't know, someone that was like, okay, I'll fix that for you. And they just never fixed it. They never fixed it. And you're like, fuck it, I'm just out. Okay, but there's something here that, it's going to stay on your mind for a little bit, but you made the right choice, but you're tired. Okay, I think that because for some of you, okay, and this is going to be specific, so don't take it if it doesn't fit. But for some of you, it was self-sabotage how much grace and patience you had for this. You got fucked over for being so fucking understanding. All right? But it was close to you, something closely tied to you, so that's why you did it. But I love him. But I love her. But that's my aunt. But that's, you know, the person who got me my first job. And where did your loyalty get you? It got you used and abused and depleted. You feel me? And again, guys, this could be vice versa. There's somebody that could feel the Scorpio is, you know, treating them in that way. Okay? But we have the Four of Swords. So let's see more about this. Ace of Wands reverse. The Six of Wands reverse. Now, here's the good thing, Scorpio. Because a lot of the times when people leave something that they were once closely tied to, they tend to think about the good times. So they'll sit there and they'll cry. And it's like, yo, you're really thinking about like the 2 minutes where you were smiling and not the 2 years where, you know, you felt like death. You know? So when it comes to whatever this was, it's going to keep replaying why you're not part of this anymore. That's what's going to keep replaying for you. And I don't, I'm the type of person, like, let's think as positive as possible. But in this case, I think it's a little healthy to see something for what it really is. Because then if you would have looked at the nice moments, just the sentimental moments, then I feel like you would have been more susceptible to go back and be a victim of whatever this was again. Okay? But no, there's something you're looking back at, in the future part here of this reading, that you're like, damn, like, I can't believe they did that to me. I can't believe it turned out to be this. I can't believe my boss lied. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't believe the destruction that was done. So that's what's helping you to hold off, even though it's hard to move away from this altogether. But anytime, like, I feel like, guys, anytime you have a moment where, like, let's say you're about to pick up the phone and call somebody, or you're about to text somebody and be the bigger person, this is going to be something where you're like, nah, fuck that. Why? What do we get out of being the bigger person? Letting the smaller person know that they can get away with shit? That people are still going to come out the woodworks and try to get your respect after you were a piece of shit? Like, it doesn't work like that. All right? So we have the Judgment card. So Spirit's like, yeah, by you keeping your mind on what was wrong, by you not, becoming weak to this and being the bigger person in this case, you're making the right choice. Because that's what's bringing you stability, letting this thing go. All right? That's what brought you stability. That's exactly what brought you stability, letting it go. All right, so don't be apologetic towards that unless, again, you were the issue here. Unless you were the one causing the problems, then that's a different story. But I hope that everybody, whoever, comes on this channel, has self-discernment, has self-reflection, okay? Because for me, that's one of the things I'm proudest of. I have hit people up and I'm like, that was fucked up of me. I should have known better, or I should have spoken to you in this way. Thank God I haven't gone through anything like that in a long time, because it's like, I've gotten that lesson. But I think it's so cool when a person can say, yo, I fucked up. And a lot of people, they won't do that. They won't admit their fuck-ups. They're going to go, they're going to create a new narrative, they're going to make themselves the victim, and it's the most annoying thing to live through, and I know each and every one of us have experienced that, and it's so ugly, and it's so pathetic. It's like, no. Maybe these people in the room are never going to know the truth, but you and I do. You and I know what's up. And you and I know that you switched the narrative. 3 of Pentacles. Last card for the future. Now, Devil card reversed, you got something very toxic away from you, Scorpio. Good shit. We have the Queen of Wands reverse. Have you guys ever heard the quote? I'm sure you have. But when you start to heal your inner child, here comes the angry teenager. There's going to be a point after the sadness and after the, oh my God, what just happened? Oh my, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe. There's going to be a moment where it turns into anger. Okay? Where you're just like, who do they think they were? Or what did this, Whatever the case is, guys, whether it be with work, people, whatever. But you get to the point where when you really realize what was up, when you really pull yourself out of the illusion that you may have been in and you see the reality of it, it's going to piss you off to a little extent. Not in a way where, it's going to be detrimental to you or anything like that. But when you can see a person for who they really are, or a situation for what it really is, without the rose tints, right, that you were looking at it, with the love that you had for it, because I feel like your own love for something was obscuring the real view of something. Okay, so now that all those gushy feelings are out the way, now that you're not thinking about the love that you have for something, and you're just looking at it as if you're an outside spectator on the outside looking in, now it's a whole different story. Okay, let's say, for example, guys, this is a lover you're dealing with. I feel like once you get to the future portion of this, you don't even see them the same. You don't even see them as attractive. Okay? Now, let's see, guys. Let's get some cards of advice. Let's see what Spirit wants to say about this. If this is resonating with you guys so far, there's links in the description below to donate, as well as my wish list if you guys want to surprise me and bless the home. And, of course, my loves, there's emergency readings and regular readings on my website if you need anything. But what I was going to say about emergency readings is those come out within 24 hours. So if you guys need something that's like very time sensitive, or you just need a quick response, please get the emergency reading, okay? All right, so what does Spirit want to say in regards to advice for this Scorpio? Devil card. Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Yeah, guys, you emancipated yourself from something that was very toxic, something that was an illusion, all right? And now you guys are in a place where you feel very, very replenished, and there's a success you're having. Again, guys, if you're a cross watcher and there's a Scorpio that like went above and beyond to like really, really hurt you, then I see you having the breakthrough. But every sign has its good and bad apples. Okay, so I know I'm speaking to two classes of Scorpios the way I do in every single sign I do. Trust me, guys, I do this for my sign as well. But any Scorpios that were really on some ugly, evil shit, like somebody's going to come up and they're going to get past it and they're going to heal from it. The Scorpios that had to go through some really ugly shit, you're going to be fine. You're going to come out of it. You're going to see a lot of success. It's just a matter of whoever was trying to be, you know, the good person in the situation. That's who the person is that's going to really come up and be good and do well. Okay? Now, for someone, if they went out of their way to create a lot of delusion, to create a lot of confusion, it's going to be a different story. And guys, this is, people don't believe it, guys, but this is a very karmic time in history. Just in the world right now. And a lot of you, there's things that you went through a long time ago that you feel like people just got away with it, where you feel like, fuck, like I just had to take that L and it is what it is. The funny thing about karma is she doesn't have there's no hourglass. There's, you know, with the sand coming down, there's no time limit. Karma comes when it's going to hit. Karma comes when someone's really going to understand the hurt that they put into this world, or whatever it was that they did. Like, karma is very calculative. All right, karma is very methodical. All right, and I know that in some cases people are like, man, I wish this person would feel what they did to me within the same week that they did it to me. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes it takes years and you're completely healed and you're completely over it and you're completely happy, and then their life turns to shambles. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Okay, because a lot of people will think they get away with certain things and they're going to keep acting in a certain way, not realizing karma is taking on debt. You're going to have to pay that eventually. Okay. But yeah, guys, there's going to be something that allows you to get back to a place where you were doing really well before something was messing with you. All right, before something bothered you, before something took you out of character, made you question yourself. Like, you're getting back to a place of the sanity that you had before that. And there's a lot of healing that comes with this as well. And Spirit is recognizing that this is something that was difficult for you to let go of, but you know, you need to remove yourself. For some of you, this is literally you removing yourself. For others, it's you realizing something or someone was full of shit. Drop the burden of what you were not satisfied with, what you were unhappy with, and you're going to see all the fire come back to you. Okay? But guys, it was inevitable for some sort of ending, for some sort of realization. Okay? It was just inevitable. So Spirit needed for you to see who was who, what was what, and what no longer served you. Okay? Scorpio, I love you guys so much. Again, if you guys need anything from me, check out the description below this video. All of my information is there. Take care, guys.